All right. We got into the west side of the 315. Admittedly, we call ourselves the 315, but we don't get out to Syracuse too often. We're really central New York, Utica based. But this weekend we got out to Syracuse.
We did. We met college friends. Always a good time to catch up with them.
Yeah, so
People we can just pick up with and have a good time with.
Went to St. John Fisher out in Rochester. Many of our friends stayed there. We've got us in the Utica area. We've got some in the Albany area. So Syracuse makes for a nice little meeting point.
Mm-hmm.
You want to kick off?
So we took it out there, and initially it was supposed to be a girls' weekend celebration for a friend of ours, 50th birthday. All the boys, one of our friends that actually lives in Northern Virginia, decided to fly up into Syracuse. And so some of the guys decided to get together while we did dinner. We did dinner at the York. It is a really awesome spot. And I guess it turns into a nightclub after they're done serving dinner. I don't know the location of it. I'm really bad at that. But
Wherever you got dropped
it's
off.
the Armory. It's right in Armory Square. It's right near downtown. I got a great scallop dish. One of my other friends got the steak there. They even had like certain sushi, like types of rolls. It was really, really good.
Is it new?
Yes, it's
Okay.
new. For sure. And the ambiance was really cool.
Yeah.
They had like the living plant wall and everything in there. It was awesome.
A lot of buzz around it. We like to joke that we weren't invited. The boys weren't invited. We were talking about crashing it, which we didn't. So anyway, I shared that because we went to, me and the guy that flew in from Northern Virginia went to check into the hotel that we'd be staying at. And we said, any suggestions for dinner? And the lady at the counter says, yeah, you should check out the York. And I was like, of all the places in Syracuse, she recommended the one that the girls were at.
Yep. No,
We
boys were
weren't
not allowed for dinner, but then we met up afterwards and had a celebration at Hopspot.
Hop, HOP, the Hop Spot. Microbrews, they're all the rave, right? I mean, it's a big place.
You had to walk through what seemed to be the main bar to get to the back. It was like a little private.
Yeah, there was like a I don't know what the name of it is. It was like a little sitting room, whiskey room type deal, and then off of that was
It almost looked like you were walking down a hallway to go to a bathroom, and then it opened up. Yeah, well, the bathroom was probably there for both spots, but yeah, that was a cool spot too.
And then the breakfast, that was a neat little find.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I didn't have that on my list. Funkin' Waffles. And we have featured them before because they do music. They do live music. And we were wanting to meet up on Sunday morning to have breakfast before we all went in our separate, directions. And Funkin' Waffles, great menu, counter service, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for a server, and there was no rush for us to leave the table. We were there for 2 hours.
We were the second table, and when we left, there were people waiting.
Yeah.
For a table.
We got there at 10 a.m.
25 tables in there, and it filled.
And Funkin' Waffles, what's cool is their beverage menu. They have like milkshakes. They have boozy milkshakes. They have coffee. They have Bloody Marys. They have mimosas. And you walk up to the counter and you order, and they give you one of those buzzers, and then you just come up and get it when it's ready. So we ordered a couple of drinks and sat and waited for the rest of the people in our party. And then we went up to the counter and ordered what we got to eat. I had a waffle sandwich. It was really good. So instead of having
the menu was overwhelming.
It was great. Instead of having a breakfast sandwich on like a hard roll or an English muffin, they give you like a quarter of one of their waffles, and it was really, really good.
Yeah. 4 or 5 pages of just options galore. And even within the options, there were options. If that makes sense.
It was a cool spot. You could tell it was really, really neat.
Yeah.
So
then,
Funkin' Waffles.
We
did hit up McGill's before we left the area on Thursday night. McGill's does a wing night, and place was packed. The wings were fantastic. Scott and I split 20 wings.
Which we didn't need. We brought 10 of them home that are
Well, I
Sunday.
think we just wanted a variety, and surprisingly so, we ended up getting 2 types that you couldn't really tell the difference between, but whatever. And then we got an order of greens with the chicken and the potatoes in them, and we could not finish the leftovers.
Finish them. I mean,
even the leftovers.
Yeah, forget it.
The 5 days expired before we were able to eat them all. The portions are just massive there, and the food is just really good.
Yeah, you can't. I double dog dare anybody to get an order of greens there or anything. I mean, they're
Riggies,
the
they're mac and cheese, they're
like ridiculous. Like the weight of the takeout leftovers. It felt like a takeout. Like we didn't even put a dent in it.
Yep. So we did want to give McGill's a shout. I mean, it is a bar. You're not going for the ambiance.
Definitely not going for the ambiance.
It's definitely great people watching.
Great
I
people
see, and I
watching.
enjoy that rather than a quiet sit down.
Don't
Like,
want to probably bring the kids.
no, well, yeah, if your
People
kids
had
are
'em
older,
there.
yeah,
It's
for
weird.
wig night, there were a couple kids there. And then we hit up a spot. I'll let Scott talk about it that we've been meaning to go to, and we've heard a lot of hype around. And I think it lived up to the hype.
Yeah, no, I agree. You know, we are both of Italian descent on one side or the other of the family, and we like the old school, traditional, sentimental. Bring you back to grandma and grandpa's house, and there was just a certain way of cooking, and the music, and you get this at Politary Joe's. I know it's become it's almost like Voss's in that you can't even get in there, but. Cafe Maya, is it Maya?
Cafe Maya.
Cafe Maya in Herkimer. And we did very little research, right? We just through our crack investigative reporting while we were there, we think the owner's name is Christian. We don't know the last name is Maya, but he was on site and clearly run by family. And Kelly's the cook, so won't try to pretend I know what was happening with ingredients, but all I will say from someone who eats a lot is it reminded me of like how grandma used to make things.
And the food was really, so one thing to know, like if you do want, we were able to bring a bottle of wine in. I did know that they don't serve alcohol. And the other thing to know about this place is they close at 6:00, meaning that the last reservation that you can make is at 6:00 and then they close. Everything is made to order. We were sitting down. Scott ordered a veal dish and you could hear him pounding out the veal in the back, that he was getting ready to pan fry it fresh. And it was awesome. So just know that you need to eat early, which we like to do.
Yeah, it's a lunch spot.
It is a lunch spot too. And they do a ton of takeout. Like when we were there eating, a person came in and got takeout. And so they will do takeout orders. We got Italian home fries for an appetizer. They were so good. They're fried potatoes with onions and peppers. Fantastic. And then Scott got a veal dish that had eggplant in it. And I got an eggplant dish that had a great marinara sauce, marinade, marinara sauce, however you want to say it, with peas. I love peas and macaroni. Yeah. That's a thing for me. So it was really good. And they have homemade pastries also. So we decided to get dessert to go home with. It was a great spot.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And we bought a bag of homemade gnocchi to make later this week with leftover sauce that I had from Sunday.
So yeah, check it out. That's is that Main Street?
Herkimer on South Main Street.
Main.
Yeah.
Herkimer. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Let's talk about what's coming up.
Okay, Kickoff. This is the official kickoff to musical season. Central Valley is doing Monty Python's Spamalot. It actually premieres Thursday night at 7 p.m. and it plays Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Tickets are $10 at the door. I wish I had a schedule. This is going to be my mission this week. Last year, I had a schedule of all the musicals in the area. And I have tried my best this morning to find it, and I cannot find it anywhere. I can't remember where I found it last year, if someone shared it with me, so that way we can talk about, each school and each musical and when they are. And so I apologize if I'm missing somebody else's this weekend, but this just showed up because
it used to be oftentimes they do these every other year because there's so much work and that goes into them, and now it seems like schools are doing them every year. So special shout out to, everyone involved, obviously the kids, but then also.
Oh, the practices. Like right now, Jenna's got a couple of friends that like their practice schedule is grueling.
I mean, talking about CVA. So Brandon Chiello's son is in the musical and there was one night where it was like almost midnight that they got out of practice. And, and with that comes the people that make the sets and the volunteers and the people that donate. And then, of course, the teachers and instructors that are volunteers basically at that point because they're salaried employees. They're not getting paid extra to do it. So kudos to all them. So historical happy hour at Union Station. And this is something that seems like it's right up our alley.
Yeah.
Friday, February 28th. 8th, which is this Friday from 5:30 to 7 at the Trackside Restaurant inside beautiful Union Station. It's literally right inside Union Station now. Cash bar and hors d'oeuvres, a $10 donation at the door. You can listen and learn about the history of the Trackside and Union Station.
Yeah, the Utica Historical Society puts this on. So I guess they do happy hours all over at historical sites. So this is the first one.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Open mic night at the Hub Eatery. The Hub Eatery is right on Bleecker Street. Calling all writers, performers, musicians, artists, whatever your talent or skill is, this is an opportunity for you to share it. You need to sign up online if you want to perform. If you don't want to perform and just go listen, the doors open at 7 p.m. and the show is from 7:30 to 10. Refreshments will be provided, but they're cash bar. Donations are accepted, and it seems like a fun spot to go watch some upcoming talent.
Where's the Hub?
The Hub Eatery is right before you hit the intersection of Genesee Street and Bleecker. It's right near where Connor gets his haircut. We went there once at New York's Finest or whatever. It's on the left-hand side right next to the bus station.
Okay.
Yeah.
You went there without me.
I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't know who I was with. I thought you were there with me.
Portofino's, that's the old Aquavino, right?
Yep.
Down by the water.
Canal.
So lounge night, 8 to midnight. That sounds late. Let's fight.
This is for our young
winter
listeners.
Blues. Yeah, right. Night out filled with drinks, music, and dancing. D King Events will be bringing the music and keeping you hydrated. I don't know if that should be in quotes, but no cover. See you there. Portofino's Lounge night, 8 to 12.
It leads me to believe this is going to be upstairs in the banquet hall. Remember how we went? Yeah, for sure. So I think the location will be upstairs. This weekend, Kickoff Mardi Gras at Exit 33. 7 p.m. Bourbon Street Magic is in the air. Let the good times roll with wild energy, killer beats, and nonstop drinks for a Mardi Gras party you can't miss. Just $10 gets you into all 5 venues. So that's pretty awesome. We talked about that when we had Joe
Bravo
on the show. And so, ladies, Friday night, if you get there before 10, you don't have to pay the cover charge.
9:45.
Trying to draw the ladies in, and then that draws the men in.
That is a trick.
So that is Friday and Saturday night.
All right, Saturday, March 1st.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, typo. I'm like, oh, you had me scared there. I'm like, we're back to February. March 1st, we're back to Syracuse.
Yeah.
So Sip Syracuse, wine, cheese, chocolate sampling. The event starts at 4 p.m. at Sip Syracuse. You want to give some highlights here?
All right, join us for an unforgettable evening of wine, cheese, and cocktails at the iconic Sky Armory in downtown Syracuse.
That's a cool spot.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool. So they have got a ton of vendors that are going to be there. So you can sample wines from around the world. There were a couple even from Italy. A ton of them are from our Finger Lakes region. Enjoy live music. And what to expect, you get over 30 wine brands and 100 plus different wines to sample and savor. You get vodka, gin, rum, and whiskey also are available if you're not a wine drinker. There's cheese and chocolates. And so, yeah, gather with your friends. Admission is $45.
All right, we're going to take it out to the 518 Lake George Winter Carnival. What a year for winter carnivals, right? We're finally getting a little bit of reprieve and getting some of this melted. But Lake George Village offers a month-long celebration of winter during this annual family-friendly festival. What do you call that when there's all words that start with the same letter?
Automatopoeia?
Automatopoeia.
I think so.
Alliteration.
Alliteration. I don't know.
Yeah.
Automatopoeia then is the bam, boom.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, whatever.
It's a 62nd year, and it takes place throughout February and for 2025, the first weekend of March as well, which is this coming weekend. Most of the events will take place at Shepherd Park, and you can check out lakegeorge.com/winter/carnival.
So I included here some of the events for this weekend. And so I'm going to run through them real quick just to let you know the variety. And like if you go to that website that Scott just told you about, they have a schedule for every weekend. They kick off at 9 a.m. with a Jeep duck hunt. And then there's an ATV poker run. There's winter art workshops. There's horse and carriage rides. There's children activities. There's a chili cook-off at 1 p.m. on Saturday. There's cupcake decorating. Make your own tie-dye shirts. Dogs Got Talent contest. There's a polar plunge. There's a parade at 4 o'clock on Saturday. There's fireworks at 7 p.m. And then on Sunday, they're doing paint and sip. They've got horse and carriage rides again. They've got karaoke. They've got another polar plunge. They're doing a keg toss. And then 4 to 4:30, they're doing a ladies skillet toss. Isn't that funny?
Some real redneck stuff.
Oh my
going
God,
on
I
there.
love it.
This weekend.
So if you are looking for some place to go and you want to be outside, and they did say that some of these things are dependent on the weather and whether the lake is frozen or not. So I don't know if the lake will still be
Especially
frozen.
the keg toss.
Yeah, I don't know.
Be careful there. Don't do that on the frozen water. All right. You are down in the 607 now. You're taking us all over. So we are in Cooperstown at Fenimore Farm and Country Village in Cooperstown. This begins on March 2nd. It continues on a Sunday and is going to go all through March.
On Sundays.
On Sundays, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, historic maple sugaring demonstrations, activities for kids, and more. Yeah, breakfast activities, shops will be selling.
Yeah, and they give you a
stuff.
lot of history and how like maple syrup is made, which is really cool. If you have kids, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Isaac French. It wouldn't be a show. I mean, we got through one without.
I held off.
Yeah,
Rock City.
Rock City. We didn't mention,
But
so
I'm
we
trying to hop around a little
had
bit.
to go back to Woodland.
Yep.
Isaac French is a solid guitarist and singer. He'll be up there 2 p.m. on Sunday at Woodland. And Kel, it's March. I know it's a big month for you.
It's a big month for the tomfoolery and all the shenanigans. I'm so excited. The Stanley is doing a Taste of Ireland. It's an off-Broadway show that premiered, I believe, last season. It has Irish music and dance. It's performed by World Irish Dance Champions and features dancers from Lord of the Dance and Riverdance. Do you remember we talked about this last year? No?
Oh, yeah. I thought that was a rhetorical question.
Oh, okay. So it's a really cool show, and they have revamped classics of Danny Boy and Tell Me Man, Wild Rover, and all my favorite Irish songs. So that's a cool thing that if you're looking to see a show on Sunday at 3 p.m., I think that would be something cool, and even to bring kids to. I'm sure kids would enjoy that one too.
All right. It's like this false sense of, spring. I don't want to trust, the pitchers and catchers that reported with St. Patrick's Day.
It's crazy that it's above 20 degrees and we feel like it's spring-like.
It's above 30, like shorts weather.
I know. I walked today.
False sense of hope, I think.
No, let's be positive. We've gotten enough snow in the past 2 months that we're done. We're just done.
We're done with this show.
Yeah, we're done.
We'll see you guys out there. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Love Living Local. As you know, we do not run ads. Our only mission is to shine a spotlight on amazing people doing amazing things here in our local community. If you'd like to support us with this mission, we have 3 ways you can help. You can share our content on social, subscribe or follow the show on your favorite podcast platform, and you can visit our lovelivinglocals315.com website to stay up to date with everything happening in Central New York.